So lesson 2, now you know where your fingers are going. You are starting to build up some good muscle memory. Now let's add some noise. So for this lesson, there's 2 parts to it. One is something that you can start to do every day to build your breath. And 2 is to build your dexterity on your fingers. And so one thing you're going to do is just run up and down one at a time, just like this. And just work on going up and down the scale. And then the second exercise within that is to go to the next note up and then go all the way back down to the very bottom note. And if you can do that on one breath, that is even better, because again, now you're doubling up. You are practicing your dexterity, you're practicing your dexterity, and you're practicing your breath. So speaking of breath, our next thing is going to help build up our breath, build up our ability to hold a note, to play through a phrase, to control our breath, to do what we want it to do. And so we are just going to play the lowest note for as long as we can. All right? So. I was going to try and do some circular breathing, but it didn't quite work out. Maybe I could go into a circular breathing and just keep this going indefinitely, but I probably would need to practice for that one and also learn circular breathing. But so basically that's what we're going to do. You want to initially just challenge yourself. So initially just time yourself. How long can I go? Okay, and then from that, let's say I could go 20 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 seconds. See if you can do another X. You know, if you do 5 seconds, can you do 6? Can you do 8 seconds this next time? And see if you can get up to 3 30-second sessions. So, you know, you might have to take some breaths in between that, but see if you can go for 30 straight seconds. Let's see. So that was like 40 seconds. And you're just building up to that. And even then, that like I should be doing more of this so that I could be more controlled throughout that 30 seconds, right? And it's okay if you feel that rhythm, that pulse in your breath a little bit. It's the pulse of life running through your veins and through your breath. So that is lesson 2. So to recap, you're going to do this. And you're going to do this. Excuse me. And then you're also going to be practicing 3 long breath sessions. So yeah. And to give credit where it's due, practicing the long breath is something that the shakuhachi community does and has done for a long time. So practice that lowest note. And they, you know, do it for a number of reasons that I think are really important for all flute players or all people who want to build up their breath. So, yes. So this is what you're going to do is you're going to start practicing running through those. And then this one, which will challenge you, which is up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Go up a note, go all the way back down, go up another note, go all the way back down, and then 3 low breaths. So if you can start to do even just a session through both of those on these, go through these 5 times and then go through this 5 times, up, down, 5 times, and then do 3 breaths, constantly pushing yourself to be able to hold that a little longer. Now, before I end there, I do want to say, well, how do you hold your breath longer? Like you just do it and you get better at it? Yes, in some ways you're going to do it and get better at it. But the other thing is, especially if you're finding that you're running out of air after 5 seconds or 6 seconds or whatever, is your air is coming from your lungs. And you want the air to be coming from down here, from your diaphragm. Now, the air technically, of course, still comes out of your lungs, but you want the pushing to become from down here. And the way that you can do that, or the way that you can see it if you're breathing with your diaphragm or not, is you can take a book and lean it up against your stomach and lean up against the doorway, right? So now you're leaning on the book a little. And then when you breathe in and out, you should see your body push back and forward. If I go like this, you can see my chest going like that, right? But my stomach isn't moving at all. And so that's what you want to do is start to work on using your diaphragm. The reason that's important is because it's also where our pressure change comes from. When we start later, we're going to be talking about changing octaves. And that little pressure change also is really important, that you have your breath coming from your diaphragm. So that is this lesson. I'll see you back for our first dive into melodies.